Hey everybody, how's it going? So, we're jumping right on into this. Candace Owens, she's finally back, and she actually just genuinely embarrasses herself badly. She's telling stories, tales that just don't make any sense whatsoever. She's just making stuff up as she goes along to the point where she is now talking about, literally, talking with TPUSA donors, which I found it to be very interesting. She never names the donors. She's like, the donors are coming out and they're saying that TPUSA lied and da-da-da-da-da. Now, hold on. You told me that the reason why Charlie's dead is because of these donors. Now these donors are coming out anonymously to talk to you without any proof whatsoever. And they're saying that TPUSA is completely lying. Why would they need to be anonymous? They're the ones funding the operation, right? These people could just, I don't know, stop giving them money and then come out and say, hey, this didn't happen. What would they have to be afraid of? What are they actually forced into paying TPUSA money monthly now, and they're in danger for their lives? Like what? None of this makes sense at all. So before we get started, guys, please give me a like and subscribe. It's all I ask for. I work a full-time job outside of this channel. I do not ask for donations. I don't advertise anything, and I would like to keep it that way for the most part. If you guys would like to keep it that way too, let's go ahead and do that, and let's jump right on into the story here. Here's her silly little intro.
His mind. And he hasn't found it over the weekend. I'll tell you, there has now, I guess not since 1981, have there been shots fired at a pope over politics, but Donald Trump is under demonic influence, so he's decided to aim a few, figuratively, at His Holiness, Pope Leo XIV, and...
Oh, yeah. You know, because... literally, it's demonic now to go against the Pope, who, you know, you guys remember when the Pope, before this Pope anyway, was all like, oh, yay, pro-trans and everything like that, and DEI and stuff. Sure, Candace. Yeah, we're going to take your word for it, for sure. We get it, you're Catholic, so you have to defend the Pope no matter what. Even if that means literally turning your back on every single thing that you ever stood for. Kind of funny how that works. Now it's all like, oh, trans people, they're not being violent and stuff like that. Oh, you know, it's all good. We could definitely change genders and all that good stuff. Yay, violence and... hooray, poor people stealing shoes from, you know what I mean? From Nike and stuff, limited edition, like $500 shoes and whatnot. It's big screen TVs, and yeah, it's just a great defense, Candace. It makes sense. At least you let your religion justify all of it, I guess.
It's not going well for him. It is not going well for Trump at all. Also, in case you missed it, Baron Coleman made a shocking discovery last week in the Tyler...
You know one thing that Candace will not bring up, though? Is how Trump completely annihilated Iran, and now we have all of the oil. Kind of funny, right? Funny how that works. I love it. Now the Strait of Hormuz is closed. Trump pulled a 7D chess move, you know, 10D chess move, 1 million D chess move, where now we literally own all of the oil, pretty much. Middle East is shut down on delivering oil. We're delivering oil. Don't mention that at all, Candace. Don't even bring that up as a topic.
Robinson filings, which confirmed some of our earlier reporting. We should definitely go over it because outside of naked corruption, the way that I'm looking through these matters, I see no way in which the feds can win this case.
Well, that's because you're not looking.
Robinson, in my view, did not commit this crime. I'm convinced, and I'm going to...
Okay, yeah, sure. You know, Robinson didn't commit the crime. Whatever you want to believe, Candace, that's fine. He was involved somehow. You are at every angle, pretty much like, you know, government corruption. Hey, I agree. Maybe the government's involved. Hey, maybe the Masons are involved. Hey, they could be involved, Candace. Yeah, we agree. And then you're like, but it had to all be for Israel. And I'm like, okay, well, that's quite the stretch. You know, we know how often trans people have been going into churches and doing what they've been doing. It's been happening all over the country. It's literally almost once a week at this freaking point, to the point where news media has pretty much stopped covering it. Any type of mass incident that takes place, whether it be from thugs or from psychotic, gender-confused people. It's just not important to you anymore. That's the problem. And here's the thing. Yeah, the government has been involved covering that stuff up. They covered up what happened to Trump with Thomas Crooks. They literally had several different assassins go after Trump. They've had many people that the FBI have been covering up. Look at the Tranifesto in Nashville. Right there in your own backyard. How long did it take them to release it? 2 years? And it leaked? It didn't even get formally released? Yeah, you know, definitely no cover-up with the government, right? It is a cover-up with the government. I absolutely agree with you, Candace. The problem is you automatically have to put it to Israel with no evidence whatsoever when we see who the government is covering for. Trans Antifa. Very simple.
To show you more evidence as to why I am convinced. And lastly, guys, donors have contacted me, Turning Point USA donors that were in Aspen when Charlie allegedly said, I appoint Erica Kirk. They told me that that audio is completely faked and they are shocked. So welcome back to Candace.
And again, she never provides proof for that, but we're going to go over it anyway. Because why not? Let's hear about her hero hubby, though. Her husband is a hero. And this totally isn't fake.
Feet away from the little gate that opens the playground, my husband notices that there's an older woman that's laid out on the concrete in the middle of the parking lot. There's two men standing above her. There's obviously something going on. I instantly know what that means. My husband is that.
What does that mean? Can you tell us? Fill us in. Did they beat the crap out of her? Did she pass out? Were they trying to give her aid? What happened?
Kind of guy who is always going to go try to help in every scenario. And he's like, well, I have a medical kit in the car. Let me just see if she's okay. And I'm like, mildly being a little selfish because I'm realizing I'm going to have to hold the bag and I have to hold the baby. And I'm like, there's already guys over there. But I'm like, okay, no, obviously you should go. And
So this wasn't the incident on how your husband got his black eye, right? You told us how you broke your foot. You were literally wearing a slipper that was too big, so you broke your foot, which I don't know if I buy that either. Maybe you gave a swift kick to the upside of your husband's head there. I don't know. But your husband having a black eye at the exact same time as you having a broken foot is suspicious, to say the least. I don't know what it means. I don't know. I just don't buy the whole, like, I put on a slipper that was just slightly too big. Candace, I've had shoes my entire life. I've never once done anything like that. My wife, too. Never once done anything like that. Sure. I'm just going to choose not to believe you due to the amount of lies you've told. If you were able to tell the truth a lot more often, I might have a little bit more sympathy for you.
To try to help and see if they've called 911. So I just want to put that in your mind. Me, boot, like medical boot, walking with a limp, holding a grocery bag on my left shoulder, and a very tall, off the charts tall 11-month-old. Just want you to know that in this moment, I'm obviously a victim. It's also like 85 degrees.
How very kind of you to be talking about a passed out elderly woman on the ground like this. Even in your own story where you're trying to gas up your husband, you come off as an absolute self-centered, awful person. That's crazy. I'm not surprised at all, but she thinks that's relatable. She thinks normal people would be like that. That's funny.
And as soon as I get onto the playground at this preschool, I see Cabot Phillips.
No! I actually believe this story kind of took place because the way Candace tells it actually makes her look so awful. In comparison to Cabot, it's hilarious.
Okay. Erica's ex-boyfriend, one of the many current Daily Wire employee who was featured on my podcast when Mitch gave a description of the guy that he believed that he saw with Erica at Fort Huachuca back in September. You will recall that I texted Cabot Phillips before we mentioned him on the podcast, looking for a simple yes or no response. Hey, were you at Fort Huachuca? Guy kind of thinks this person fits your description. He made a decision not to answer. Not really sure why.
I can tell you exactly why. Because you suck, and nobody wants to give you information because every single time someone gives you info, you twist the info. Every time you put words in people's mouths. They don't want to deal with you anymore, Candace.
I think it's because he works the Daily Wire, and it's kind of like a big drama club, and they overthought it, and we're like, we can just ta-da.
Oh, it's a big drama club by not giving you a response. Correct. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense, Candace. That checks out.
And surprise her, whatever. Anyways, he looks at me, and his jaw, literally his mouth was ajar, like a sitcom. I don't think people really do that. I didn't think people really did that in real life.
They don't, but, just add in fluff. Makes your stories better.
But he did. So I said, hi, Cabot, because what else would you say when someone's like this, and he goes, no, you know what? I am really not wanting to do that right now. And I said, okay, we don't have to do anything. We are in a very confined space here with very small children. He had his 2-year-old. I've got 4 kids on this playground. He was outnumbered, to be clear. I've got 4 kids on this playground.
Candace always trying to find her way to gas herself up and make herself look awesome, huh?
But he was fired up. So he wanted to have a little verbal tussle, I guess. And his energy was giving dad at a t-ball game, you know, the one that wants to argue with the ump, who's really like a teenager volunteering. And he's just like, no. So he then said to me, rather mysterious.
Yeah, I love this one-sided story. No matter what, she tries to make herself look like the good, rational, calm, collected person.
Really mysteriously, he was like, this is my son. So I look at the kid, really cute. And I said, oh, hi. And he goes, oh, really? Because of you, people don't believe that he is my son.
No apology's going to be given, huh? That's what you did, Candace. You literally made people believe that, like, Charlie was having an affair, Erica was having an affair, Cabot was in the picture the whole time, and that his own son, because of the timelines, don't quite add up, can't possibly be his, right? It's kind of messed up whenever you spread all these rumors around, and then people are coming up to Cabot Phillips and going, oh, you're an awful person and stuff like that. That's what he's got to deal with. And he hasn't come out publicly and done anything. He's just trying to live his life. But you screwed him over. And he's pretty upset by it. You have no understanding at all.
Okay. Totally confused. I was so confused. I've never been more confused. I'm also hot and I can't walk. I have investigated a great many things on this podcast, but the paternity of Cabot Phillips' son, not this show, wrong podcast, Kamal.
That's you, though. You're the one spreading the affair rumors, Candace. That's you. You're the one pushing that crap.
Was grandmother? Absolutely, that was me. But this, a little bit out of line. So I said, Cabot, this is not the appropriate place.
You're the one who approached Cabot. How about you walk away? You didn't have to come up to him. Cabot, this isn't the appropriate place. I'm playing adult here. Plus, I came up to you and started all this crap. Okay. Walk away, Candace. That's the right move. Is to be like, okay, this isn't going to go anywhere. I'm going to go ahead and leave, go to the other side of the park.
On a toddler playground. If you would like to step outside of this designated play area and have a conversation, I would be happy to, but not in front of my kids. And then he says, oh, now you care about kids?
Not once have you cared about kids. You have constantly brought up Erica's kids and said many, many lies that they aren't even watched by Erica. Oh, she brings them to work with her, and then you had to twist the story into something else when you found that out and go, oh, well, she's pawning them off on everybody else and isn't watching her own kids, when that was never even suggested. So yeah, I believe you do not give a crap about other people's kids whatsoever.
I was like, yeah, that's kind of my whole brand. I care about kids.
Oh, yeah, just as much as Epstein, right? That was kind of his whole brand, too. That kids were just amazing. The school teacher guy, you know, all that stuff. Yeah, nobody can lie about that.
And my kids have no idea what I do. So again, if you'd like to step out of this perimeter, we can have a chat. And then he sort of huffed and he was texting on his phone. And then he decided that he wasn't done, I guess. And this next part, I just was like, who is writing the script?
So you just stand there next to him the whole time and you're waiting? Instead of, I don't know, going to the other side of the playground? Okay.
He drops his bottom lip like this. And he says, this is my tattoo. Here it is. This is my tattoo. See? And I couldn't see anything from where I was standing. I had no idea what was happening.
You don't know anything about the pizza tattoo you constantly put out there in his bottom lip? You're that confused? Do people write your scripts for you and you just can't remember any of the details of what you say on your show? I remember. It's not that difficult. What's wrong with you?
4 kids, a broken foot, the inside of Cabot's bottom lip, all happening in like 85-degree muggy weather.
And then things just were happening. That grandma was still flopping on the concrete. And my husband was like, oh, heavens, I don't know what to do. Oh, put the Band-Aid on. I don't know. What the crap? What is everything just distracting you all at once? You're spiraling out of control. And then what? Candace? Like, oh my God. You can't just literally, like, you have to obfuscate. You know exactly what it was he was talking about.
There's just no justice in this world. I want you guys to understand I was a victim. I'm being victimized on this toddler playground. And the dialogue obviously going on in my head was, Cabot, please put your lip back inside of your mouth before I punch you in your face.
instantly just goes to violence because why not? Candace, I think we know how you got that broken foot, and we know how your husband got that black eye. You started getting frustrated because he called you out in public, and he was like, hey, this BS you're starting is literally interfering with my life, and he's literally getting mad at Candace for it. And now she's like, I'm gonna punch you. Nah. You know? And it's just like, oh, wow, that's an appropriate response, Candace.
But I'm a doll. I'm like a Southern peach now. So I
Oh, right. You got to remember your therapy kicking in, right?
instead reinforced to him. I said, Cabot, we are on a toddler playground. This is just not the appropriate place.
And you can move. You approached him. Candace is so smart, guys. High IQ. Trump was wrong.
And then he said, oh, would your podcast be a more appropriate place? And that was giving Todd from Wedding Crashers when he's like, oh, will that make you
Oh, God, bring in a movie.
love me? And yeah, obviously, my podcast would be a more appropriate place.
Yeah, you would love that. That's his point. Apparently, you don't understand his sarcasm.
Because, like, toddlers are not my general demographic.
Bring up toddlers again.
And I would like to state unequivocally that never in the history of this podcast have I discussed Cabot Phillips' tattoos or his inner lips.
Oh, my God, Candace. Oh my God, Candace. I should have pulled this part up beforehand. You are kidding me. Okay, what episode did Candace Owens bring up Cabot Phillips lip to? Let me see where she brings it up. This is absolutely ridiculous. Oh, boy. Because I'm sure she's never, ever once mentioned it ever, right? It was never in a tweet, never in an episode, never anything like that. I'm sure Grok will find it. Maybe it was just all of her cronies that did it, and I'm misremembering. But apparently around December 8th, it seems that Grok is pulling up that it probably happened around then. Let's see if it comes up, because I'm going to find out. Oh, come on, Grok. Sorry about this, guys. I don't want it to take too long, but yeah. Context, tattoo mentioned in the context of Erica Kirk. Searching X posts mentioned of Cabot Phillips tattoo to confirm the episode date. Grok's taken quite the long time. I probably shouldn't have had it on expert mode, but I wonder if fast mode would have been able to find it anyway. Tattoo discussion tied pre-recorded segment around December 8th. Comes up again as December 8th, so guessing it's going to come up around there. We got a lot to get through too, guys, so buckle on up because there's so much more than just this Cabot Phillips. This is probably the longest segment of the episode is Cabot Phillips, and it's almost wrapped up. We're going to be getting into the donors, of course, too, which not much because there's not much there. She doesn't reveal anything. Spoiler alert. And then we're going to get into, obviously, Trump depicting himself as Jesus, as well as, what was the last one? Whatever else she can. But anyway, from 2019 photo, which one is it? So it was a segment on the 8th around December 30th. Oh, okay. Reactions and follow-up. Okay. Let's see here. So, Real Candace Owens. Let's see. Let's see if this pops up. Cabot Phillips has responded to my text to clarify matters. We weren't imagining things. His beard didn't magically grow overnight, as some suggested. He pre-recorded the segment a few days earlier, and then it was later released on the 8th. Not atypical. Someone goes on vacation. He did coincidentally go away over to extended weekend, not to Arizona. Entirely unclear, but we couldn't respond to my text since I messaged. Okay. That's not his, it's not his lip. Let's see. Did she ever involve, well, I could just type this in, tattoo. We'll see this way. Wait, why is this popping up? Why is this popping up here? That's weird. Okay. Why am I popping up? Okay, what? Yeah, search for Candace Owens. Tattoo. All right, I don't know what X has done, but this is ridiculous. Like, what? That's so weird. Is it because she blocked me? Lip. Oh, come on. Maybe she didn't mention the tattoo. Maybe I am thinking of all of her, Cool. I guess I can't search her anymore because she blocked me. That is a garbage. That's absolute garbage. That's garbage. I don't like that at all. X is such a garbage platform. Genuinely. One of the worst. Clips and discussions of the tattoo. Okay, you can find clips searching YouTube, TikTok for Candace Owens, Cabot Phillips pizza tattoo. All right, why not? We'll just do that. Nope, not there. Real quick. I'm almost confident she has mentioned it, though. Almost confident. This episode comes up first.
A little.
Maybe it's a little bit of a... Let's see. I'll just type in lip. Okay, there's a clip. Clips, Phillips. Maybe she doesn't. Okay, how about this? Pizza. Okay, that's just, it searched my own word. Cool. Tattoo. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe I am wrong, guys. I'm more than willing to be wrong on this. Cabot Phillips, Dark Past, Pizza Tattoo. I mean, this is all the stuff that's kind of coming out anyway. So, Candace really can hold a lot of blame for it. Because all of these rumors are being pushed by Candace. The whole Pizzagate and everything else, pushed by Candace. Literally talking about pizza. Like, when did she mention the whole pizza thing? I'm pretty sure it was at the beginning of an episode. I remember this. Like, when did Candace Owens mention Pizzagate? Let's just do this, and we're going to go fast. I'm very confident that I remember this, without a doubt. Like, Candace Owens referenced Pizzagate 2016 thing, September 1st, 2023 in her podcast. Okay, that's not right. Early 2026, February 26th. Okay. Foul so hard. The Epstein. Okay. Maybe. Let's do this one instead. Okay. Pizzagate. Okay, so I'll look up the Pizzagate one, but here, let's do this.
Too big.
Find it here. Okay. Cabot. Okay. How about... okay, so she doesn't mention Cabot Phillips or anything like that. Pizzagate. How about this? Okay. Apparently it said that there was a video titled Pizzagate.
Too big wireless. They'd rather charge your family hundreds.
Wow, it's still playing her audio, even though I'm out of it. Another episode, she revisited exposed elements of Pizzagate narrative in connection with suppressed information and elite networks. Yeah, don't link it. Link the January 13th video. Okay, how about that? Shouldn't take too long. Okay. And this will be the last one I check, just to make sure, because I want to see pizza. Wow, yeah, she totally mentions it in this video, Grok. Good job. Pizza doesn't even come up. Tattoo, nope, okay. Yep, doesn't even bring up the right link at all. So cannot rely on Grok really very much, to be honest.
And anyway, I think after this, he suddenly sort of arrived at his senses and realized that it was very strange to take your lip out at a toddler playground. But of course...
yeah, just mention toddler playground again. Now listen to how this ends.
Because my life is actually a sitcom, someone thought, wouldn't it also be funny if then after all of that, their like two kids wanted to be friends with one another? Exactly what happened. My 2-year-old...
yeah, and then it's just like a miracle, and then our kids started playing together, and that's literally how it ends. I'm not even interested. I forgot about that. It's just silly, and then their kids play, and then they go their separate ways at the end. Literally like a sitcom, right? Almost like I have a feeling some of the stuff that took place there didn't happen.
So after my episode, I had another 2 donors reach out to me who were present at this Aspen event, and they were shocked. I guess they were watching my show. Like Cabot Phillips, they're like, ajar. Because while they had heard, obviously, Erica at AmFest, that she walked out to Charlie saying that, they had heard her discuss that statement. They were not aware that Turning Point was making the claim that the statement occurred at that event. And they said unequivocally, that did not happen. Charlie never uttered those words. They were shocked to hear it. So I'm going to
shocked that they came out and told everybody, right? No, they just told Candace Owens anonymously, didn't know names, no nothing, and they're never going to say anything else ever about it again to anybody else, are they? Hey, donors, if you're watching this video, hit me up. You don't even have to tell anybody. Straight up, if you email me and tell me with proof that you are a donor to TPUSA and you were at this event, I will not name drop you. I won't show anything at all. I will just come out and be like, no, Candace Owens was 100% right on this, you know? So, email me. Absolutely email me. This isn't very difficult, guys. Okay? I could try at least to verify it. I promise I won't reveal you. But at least give me that, and we'll see what happens. I doubt I ever get an email. They might not ever even see this anyway. But why not, Candace? Maybe send them my way. We'll see what happens.
That clip again of what they are alleging that Charlie said. Take a listen.
But we have a great board, and God forbid if something happens, they'll figure it out. I appoint my wife to run Turning Point USA if something happens to me. Erica would do a great job.
It's just very strange that he would say, appoint my wife. Like, why would you have to make an appointment there? You could just discuss it, even if you were...
Well, I think he said would appoint my wife, right?
Charlie said. Take a listen.
But we have a great board, and God forbid if something happens, they'll figure it out. I appoint my wife to run Turning Point.
No, he did say I appoint. But whether you think it's weird or not, I don't know. Maybe it's weird, maybe it's not weird. I'm not here to discuss whether something's weird to you or not, because that is just simply an opinion at the end of the day. I don't know if that's really Charlie's voice or not, but neither do you. You have no idea whatsoever. And then she makes, of course, this stupid claim right here.
They also kept insisting immediately and through various interviews that Erica was raised by a single mother, something that is objectively untrue. We have proven.
You don't have proof. Her mother literally is 4 times divorced. She was a single mom. Absolutely. Guess what? Her father was a single father too. Do you not know what single means? Single means that you are not in a relationship. Do you not know this? Single means you're in a relationship. Dating means you're dating. Engaged means you're engaged. And married means you're married. Apparently terms like that are just so hard for Candace to wrap her little mind around. Just such a stupid statement. Now, let's, oops, I got this. Oh, well, it's gone. Now, Candace Owens is going to completely contradict her entire assassination scheme here. Whatever you want to call it, really. She is claiming that there's an assassin that's after her, right? And yet, she then makes statements like this where Ben Shapiro is going to harm her?
There was something that Megyn Kelly said. I don't remember who she had on her show, but she was talking about Mark Levin, and she said there is a piece of her that feels like he genuinely wants to like hurt her. Like he would want.
Gotta love women and their feelings.
Harm to come to Megyn Kelly. Like if someone killed her, he would be happy. And I watched this and I went, yes, like in my head, obviously, I said, I agree with this. And this is exactly how I feel about Ben Shapiro.
I mean, seriously? So, like, Ben Shapiro and Mark Levin are plotting to have Candace and Megyn Kelly killed, is what they're coming out and saying, because their feelings. Oh, yes, we agree. Oh, we feel this way. Oh.
Can't explain to you, but like there was an obsession here. We brought back.
Okay.
Back my socials. They make videos. It has not stopped.
When has it stopped with you? Have been talking about TPUSA every single live stream since September, as well as Erica Kirk. Only Candace is allowed to stalk people, guys.
And I just want to make sure that at every turn, this is the only, like, I feel like this is the only weapon that I have back against them is to continually expose the stalking that goes on behind the scenes. There should be, by the way.
You dug up Erica Kirk's entire childhood and put it on the internet. We know nothing about your childhood, Candace. We have not done that. Ben Shapiro hasn't done that. Mark Levin has not done that. You did that to Erica, though, you psycho stalker.
An organization, if you're going to talk about Alliance Defending Freedom or people that are helping Christians, there should be an organization that is dedicated to protecting employees or former employees or former contractors from this level of nonstop, consistent harassment and focus and obsession.
What about ex-employees who are so mad that they got fired that they constantly have to keep going after the company for literally 7.5 straight months?
Just fire someone. This should never be happening to you at work, but I will forever publicize it so people are aware of, and obviously people have seen it. They've brought back my socials, and this is apparently going on behind the scenes. They're somehow involved with Turning Point USA. And
yeah, they're mocking you today. They're not digging up and doxing your childhood like you did to Erica.
Egging for them, and this person did also mention Seth Dillon. One of them mentioned Seth Dillon. the other 3 people at Alliance Defending Freedom all said Ben Shapiro. But yeah, it's just going on, and I just want to give a spotlight to it. So maybe we can try to go 1 month with this man leaving me alone. I highly doubt it. There's some.
Well, maybe if you could go a month without bothering TPUSA or Erica Kirk, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Anyway, then we get into this, where she literally claims that the story for Tyler Robinson doesn't make any sense, and I'm going to debunk that.
The video footage, I believe the local Utah press attempted to get the video footage of Tyler Robinson turning himself in or walking into the police station, and they were unable to secure that footage. Strikes me as extraordinarily odd.
They were not able to secure that footage. You just don't know who has the footage. That's a fact. You don't know that the footage is gone, that it's deleted, that it's missing. You made that up. You're the only source that has ever said that the footage doesn't exist.
But if you are tracking what is being implied here, that they're lying about everything, then they would have to remove that footage. Now, they didn't say it was deleted. They said it wasn't in their custody. You know,
Yeah, what does that mean, Candace? It means that the FBI probably has it or the courts have it.
They're kind of never really saying anything assertively.
I mean, that's exactly saying something, Candace, that it's not in their custody, that somebody else has it. That's literally what that means.
Because they're making it up as they go along. But
no, that's your opinion. Now, she sits here and has this whole timeline. We can go through here. Tyler Robinson officially showed up and was taken into custody at approximately 10 p.m. local time, Thursday, September 11th, 2025, at the Washington County Sheriff's Office in Hurricane, Utah. This was planned, peaceful surrender, not a forced arrest. Key timeline for, details from officials and reporting. Now, check this out. Washington County Sheriff Nate Brooksby received a call from a retired detective, a family friend, at exactly 8:02 p.m. on September 11th, arranging the surrender. The surrender was arranged for over 2 hours. During that time, at 9 p.m., is whenever Tyler Robinson was texting all his friends on Discord, which I don't know if you know this, Candace. Because you're like, at first it was like a text message, and then it was like a Discord. And, you know, it can't be both because, you know, God knows that you absolutely... I'll pull up my Discord here, actually, because people should be joining my Discord, that you can literally, quite literally, have Discord on your phone. It is awesome. Come join my Discord, guys. Linked in the description below. We'll have a good time. So, literally, you could text everybody right here on your phone. Literally. Here's some private messages, guys. Look at that. No, it's all on Discord. It's all open to the public here. Join my Discord. We'll have a lot of fun. Thank you, N.A. Dean. Thank you, Madness, for being in here as well. This is in the public square video sharing, actually. We need to be in the public square. Anyway, you guys get what I'm saying. Easy enough to have it all on your phone. You can even literally join calls on Discord very easily and talk. Super simple, Candace. But you leave those details out on purpose.
But it certainly strikes...
Actually, I don't need this one anymore. I need this one.
Very interesting. And something also to remind you of is how many times they lied early on. You may have forgotten, but Governor Cox also initially told us that the messages were on Discord when they first...
They were. And we have those messages, Candace. We have thousands of them leaked literally to Turkey Tom's YouTube channel. All of them. Thousands of messages. But they made all thousands, like just thousands of them in 33 hours.
Came out. Then they changed and they said, oh, those messages that we released, they weren't on Discord, they were on iMessage. No.
They never changed. They never changed what they said. There were some iMessage messages. There were also thousands of Discord messages. And there are many, many friends of Tyler Robinson who have corroborated these messages. But you're not going to look into that side of the evidence. You just pretend it doesn't exist at all. Because then she says this next stupid little tidbit about Discord.
That's another federal change. You can listen to him say in the initial press conference, we got him, 33 hours, see you in Valhalla. You can hear Governor Cox say that the text messages were found on Discord. Take a listen.
Investigators identified an individual as the roommate of Robinson. Investigators interviewed that roommate, who stated that his roommate, referring to Robinson, made a joke on Discord. Investigators asked if he would show them the messages on Discord. He opened it and showed several messages to investigators and allowed investigators to take photos of the screen as each message was shown by Robinson's roommate. These photos consisted of various messages, including content of messages between the phone contact name Tyler with an emoji icon
The phone contact, they showed several messages, including, are you deaf, Candace? The phone messages with Tyler.
And Robinson's roommate's device. The content of these messages included messages affiliated with the contact Tyler, stating a need to retrieve a rifle from a...
So they're talking about the contact on the phone now, not Discord. I don't know if that was hard to pick up, Candace, but English must be hard for you.
Drop point, leaving the rifle in a bush, messages related to visually watching the area where a rifle was left, and a message referring to having left the rifle wrapped in a towel. The messages also refer to engraving bullets and a mention of a scope and the rifle being unique. Messages from the contact Tyler also mentioned that he had changed outfits.
Then she says
our condolences to the Kirk family and everyone affected. A Discord person said in a statement, in the course of our investigation, we identified a Discord account associated with the suspect, but I found no evidence the suspect planned this incident or promoted violence on Discord.
That's because he didn't. See, in Discord, he admitted that he did the deed. That's what happened. They said that they have no evidence that the suspect planned the incident or promoted the incident on his Discord. That's a different phrasing, Candace. But you want to sit there and you want to play like a little lawyer and just do, oh, well, technical, you know? Well, I'm going to use this and spin it in my way. It's unbelievable. It's not even what Discord said. And we have the Discord messages, Candace. So let's not play stupid.
Saying we don't even plan to use the forensic text messages. That
we're going through the forensics again. I did this yesterday, and yes, this is completely normal. It's actually smart, common strategic choice in criminal trials involving digital evidence. Long story short, it's so they don't have to have several experts in there to explain the chain of custody and then show the text messages. Instead, what they're going to do is just have Twigs literally say, yeah, these are I can confirm that these text messages are authentic because they were sent to him. He's a first-party witness. It's just that simple. Hey, are these text messages sent to you by Tyler Robinson himself? Yes, they were. Okay, there we go. No, experts needed or anything like that. First-person testimony, it's credible enough, it's good enough. They don't have to go through and complicate things. Very simple, Candace. Very easy. Do you understand? It's pretty simple if you actually use your little brain. Now we get into this mountain of stupidity here.
He thought he was a Red Cross doctor. So that's why he posted it, because obviously he was, what year was that, Ashley, that he was a doctor, Skylar? I'm sorry, I just need to produce a note. Can we ask Charlie GPT? Okay, when did he?
So funny. So Donald Trump posted a picture of himself essentially looking very Jesus-like, healing a man. And of course, there are people coming out there going, oh, that's very Antichrist-like. And you're right, it would be very Antichrist-like if he were like, oh yeah, I am committing miracles. But that's not what he did. He actually was like, I thought I was like a Red Cross doctor. I didn't think I was Jesus. Well, that's not really what the Antichrist would do. The Antichrist proclaims himself as someone who needs to be worshipped and someone who is committing miracles. Trump's not doing that. I can understand, especially since he wasn't the one who made the picture. Some other person did and sent it to him and he retweeted it. That wasn't Trump that made that. That wasn't Trump that did all that. I'm sure Trump thought it was a really, really nice picture and put it out there. Or he's low-key trying to, fish. Maybe he is the Antichrist. I don't know. I'm not going to say he's not, but I'm also not going to say he is without proof. Maybe let's wait for the actual evidence to come forward, like, the Antichrist doing Antichrist things, like coming out and saying, I am performing miracles. Maybe. I don't know. Now we get to the most stupid thing of this entire episode, which was a comment she read off.
Next person wrote, Candace has presented more evidence that Brigitte is a man than Trump has presented that Iran is a threat to the USA. Think about that. Yeah.
That is some serious cope. That is astronomical amounts of cope. She has shown zero evidence to provide that proves Brigitte Macron was a man at all. Do I care? No. Do I think Brigitte could be a man? Yeah, I genuinely do. I think it's very well possible. But she's provided no evidence. That's what's hilarious. It's just speculation at best. Iran being a threat? I don't know. Let's see. Iran literally bombed many people who were not involved with this war whatsoever. Iran literally has put several hits out on Trump and has tried to assassinate him in public. We've watched many of them, especially the Mar-a-Lago ones, as well as Thomas Crooks, apparently, because they said they were putting a hit out on him. They have attacked Israel. They have attacked many different countries. They do they do suicide bombs. Like, what are you talking about, Candace? We literally see Iranian terrorists all of the time oppressing women. They're not allowed to vote. They're not allowed to drive. They're not allowed to speak unless they're spoken to. They are not allowed to even show their ankles. But yeah, you're right. Iran has zero evidence that they are at all a threat. Funny how that works.
Yeah. It's actually crazy that you keep saying Iran is a threat to the USA. You presented no evidence. I have done almost...
Oh, really? So only Candace Owens, yet again, gets to ask for evidence. Funny how that works. Thank you all so much for being here. Sorry to have this be such a long video. I didn't mean to get into a part where I was trying to, look for the pizza tattoo and all that. I genuinely thought Candace had brought it up, but it's just all of her cronies keep making so much BS up. I don't know which ones Candace is promoting and which ones she isn't, because she does not ever decide to come out and say, hey, I've seen this going around. It's not true. I don't believe it's true. It's funny how it works. All of her, like Ian Carroll and all those other people, will put false information out there. And unless it explodes and gains a lot of traction and Candace starts getting in trouble for it, she won't mention it. She'll let it be out there, even though I know she's seen it because it's hyper viral. Only when it starts getting back to her will she actually kind of defend herself from it. That's just funny how it works. Doesn't try to clarify anything at all. Only when it's convenient for her will she clarify, and will she sit there and disavow something that's false. If there's another thing false that's quite viral, but it's not quite affecting her, she's going to let it go. It's funny. Anyway, tell me what y'all think about this down in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for being here. Please like, subscribe, and share. Hit that hype button as well on your phone. Should be some sort of hype button somewhere maybe. Thank you all for being here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.